Then, Salem, your research talks about an architecture of the everyday for Gaza, but isn't architecture a luxury pursuit? People are impoverished, they're under a blockade. Do they really have time for architecture?
Thank you for your very interesting question, Tim. Actually, with regards to the definition of architecture, I would like to highlight one important thing. Kate McIntosh, the well-known Scottish architect who proposed the Utopian London after the Second World War, she defined architecture as providing shelter, in addition to shelter, freeing people both mentally, physically, and also psychologically. Sadly speaking, in Gaza, this definition for architecture is totally missing because architecture is becoming to be a weapon to kill people, a machine to kill people. You could imagine the columns, the slabs, the concrete slabs after the Israeli attacks is smashing the bodies of the Palestinian and innocent people, especially children. So yes, architecture over there is based mainly on necessity. So my research is investigating the architecture of every day, the daily routines, the daily habits, the social structure, the extended family system, and how the space is contributed to the activities and how those activities are contributing back to the place making. It's the question of which comes first. Is it the chicken or the egg? So I'm investigating both the physical mapping, the physical structure, and also the social structure and how this architecture of every day is contributing to placemaking over there in Palestine.
Well, I can see the social is very interesting, but you touched on a point there. Architecture is almost killing devices because buildings fall down on people. Does that mean you're building underground or something?
It's not exactly about this point. It's about engaging the people, most importantly, in the design process rather than forcing them to accept a transitional design solution proposed by International Relief Agency. As you know, since the last 10 years, we do have at least 3 frequent attacks from the Israelis. So it's not about building underground because, you know, an F-16 missile, nothing could stand in front of F-16 missile. So it's about engaging the local communities. You know, the International Relief Agencies is forcing those communities to accept this kind of transitional solution. One example, for example, that in 2008-2009, they proposed the mud house shelter. In 2012, they proposed the sandbag shelters. In 2014, they proposed the wooden shelter. Please stop having fun in Gaza, you know, this kind of experimental design solution, which is tested on my people. So please, we should include the people within the design process in order to bring them and to build them decent shelters.
So what happens to your research once and you're only partway through it, you've done your field work talking to the local people, are you being able to talk to the big agencies, the UN agencies, and put your viewpoints to them or not?
I think it's the hardest question, by the way, because I consider my PhD is not going to make a dramatic change in Gaza. I'm aware of that. It's not going to solve the housing crisis in Gaza. I think it's just like a driving license. I have to work hard for the next maybe 5 or 10 years. I have included and I have met a lot of senior officials from those, even the government and the NGOs. So I'm trying to bring this kind of awareness that we have to include the people within the process itself. And frankly speaking, last August, I have been engaged in a roundtable discussion, and they admit that we have made a mistake, that we didn't include the families within the design process itself. So maybe my research at this specific time is going to be vital in order to bring this kind of awareness to the international society and to the government and also to the people in order to show their voice.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.